All right, we will do one more glide shot video for you guys today. This is Julian. Julian is a little different in the fact that he sent in a video where he actually fouled, which is not always a bad thing. You can sometimes look at fouls. I think a lot of times people send me in videos and they say, "This is my best throw on the day. Can you tell me what's wrong?" I like to look at fouls sometimes because sometimes fouls go a heck of a lot farther than the better throws. You just kind of fall out the front. But I want to take a look at Julian. He sent me an email a couple days back. Didn't attach any of the videos, so he sent them in today, so I wanted to get to him real quick. But Julian, if we could take a look, does a lot of things really, really well. And a lot of things that he does just kind of need work, and it's nothing really too different. Um, glide shot is very simple. Glide shot is, as I always kind of explain it, it's like a seesaw. It's like a teeter-totter or like an old-fashioned catapult. You put weight on one side, you slam down on the other, and the weight goes flying. That's essentially what we're looking for. It's all about long levers, making sure that the lower body moves first, and making sure that you stand up all the way and use those levers, use your leverage. So Julian, excuse me, buddy. I don't know what is going on here with this circle, but this is probably one of the worst um, positioned circles I've ever seen. One of the worst painted circles I've ever seen. Do yourself a favor. I don't know if this is your home circle where you practice daily, but go on to this YouTube channel and just look under to see how to measure out a very simple way with chalk and string how to measure out a shot circle. And in fact, there's one video where I build my indoor throwing circle here at the gym and show exactly how to do it and demonstrate it. Do yourself a favor, do that, and fix this circle, because if this is your home circle, this is terrible. There's no way that's 7 feet, and you can tell how you're starting out here with your foot outside the line. This is just bad. But let's take a look. So glide shot. And now Julian has more of what I call like an active glide, where he starts up nice and tall, and then he rocks back onto the heel, and then explodes off the heel. So this can be very tricky to do. It takes some timing, it takes some patience. The number one thing that you want to look at is as you get into this active glide, you want to see that you get nice and low. And you can see he does get nice and low. That extension with the left leg is pretty good. I mean, I'd like to see it maybe a little bit longer. Instead of having that bend in the knee, get it nice and long. He is using that left arm a little bit to kind of pop out of the back of the circle. He kind of throws it up in the air to get himself moving. Again, with the active glide, you shouldn't really need that left arm to pull you across the circle. So don't use it, just keep it nice and long. I can't tell where you're landing because of where the circle is, but you can see a few things here. So when you come out of the back, you push off the heel pretty well. You do a good job staying low. You do a good job, you're not dragging the right foot through the circle. It's hovering off the ground, you're in zero support. Now the right foot goes down right here. But you can see in the next frame, you drop your heel. So when you drop the heel and you go down to a flat foot, it's going to make it very hard to turn that right knee. We've talked about this in the last couple of video analysis sessions that I did. You need to, when you land in this position, when you get to that standing throw position, to that power position, you need to make sure that when this left foot touches the ground, that is your trigger. That is the wick of the cannon touching the gunpowder. Boom. As soon as that left foot touches the ground and you get back into a double support position, that is where you need to start turning the right side. So you need to get your right toe, knee, and hip. Drive them down the middle of that throwing sector. And by doing that, you're going to get yourself in a much better position to apply power longer, to get the hips around, and actually apply power and throw that shot in the proper direction, at the proper angle, with the as much velocity as you possibly can, speed plus direction. So what happens here is you drop the heel. And because you drop the heel, it takes a very long time for you to lift that heel up off the ground again and start turning the right side. So instead of keeping your weight back here, you start to shift onto your left foot. See how you shift almost like you're doing a cartwheel. You shift onto the left and you lift the right. So right about here, you are no longer able to apply power with your right side. Your right side is coming off the ground. Your right foot is lifting off the ground. And you can no longer apply power with this right side because it's losing its connection with the ground. So from this position here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where you release the shot. Look, both feet are off the ground. Your hips aren't forward. You've got this sort of greater than symbol. Your butt and your hips are sticking backwards, and you're jumping and throwing. Right there, you're jumping. Right there, you release the shot. So what do we need to do? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to keep both feet on the ground as long as possible. Ideally, you want both feet on the ground until you are just about to let that shot put leave your fingertips. So don't jump and throw. Keep the feet on the ground. The way you keep the feet on the ground is by getting your foot in a better position. Get this foot a little bit more underneath you and stay up on the ball of your right foot. Don't let that heel drop. So don't let the heel drop down. Stay up on the ball of the foot, and if you stay up on the ball of the foot, as soon as this left foot touches the ground right here, the first thing you need to do is not open up with your upper body. It's turn the right side of your lower body. So turn the right toe, knee, and hip all together as one unit. Turn everything down the middle of that throwing sector. Create separation. Turn the lower body. Let the lower body lead the throw. If you do that, you're going to do a much better job of using your hips. Instead of having your butt sticking out, you're going to have your hips pushing forward over the toe board. You're going to get your chest up, your head up. The release angle is going to be higher. Your legs are going to be fully extended. You're going to be connected to the ground, and you're not going to be doing this jump and throw thing. So this was probably, as you said, one of your better throws. Your PR, I think you said, was 38 feet. The first video that you sent was 37 and change, and this one you said was a lot better, but you fouled. So this was probably a PR, but you've got so much more, so much more left in you. Especially this position here, you're letting the ball go. It's hard to see. We're off camera at this point. See if I can bring it down. There you go. That thing's not out of your hand yet. It's still in your hand right there. If you can see that, it's still in your hand. There's a little, but the part of the ball right there. This is a .mov that you sent, which is what I like. But that right there, man, that goes to show me that if we can keep that right foot on the ground, turn the right knee and hip down the middle before that upper body starts to push, better separation, more power, but it starts right here. Don't drop that heel. Turn your right foot so it's pointed. Cheat a little bit. Turn the right foot so it's pointed over here toward this gentleman who's doing the working the tape measure. Stay up on the ball of the right foot, and then as soon as your left foot touches the ground right here, that's where the right hip, knee, and foot need to start to turn, pivot, and point down the middle of that throwing sector. All right, so that's what I got for you today. I think that's going to do it for video analysis sessions for today. Guys, if you have a video that you want me to take a look at, there's two ways of doing it. Go to elitethrowscoaching.com and check out the video analysis package that I have. It's super cheap. I get back to you in about 24 hours. If you want me to do a free video analysis like we just did here for Julian, it takes about a week for me to get them done and for me to get them into you. So you can either do a free one and wait a week, or you can pay for it and you move to the front of the line and I get it done in 24 hours. The link for that is right down below. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below as well. Thanks, and I'll talk to everybody soon.